Good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining us today. We're glad to be joined here a little bit later by Jason Goodrich, our Regional Vice President of Sales from Equitrust. I know they just announced some considerable rate increases and really looking strong right now on their portfolio of products. They've got some great bonus opportunities for clients and a lot of good strategies to choose from on their contracts. And I know Jason's going to be also going over a Roth conversion idea with you. So got some great stuff coming up on this morning's webinar. Thanks for joining us here on a Wednesday morning in the middle of summer. Hopefully everyone's summers are going great for them so far. And we got a few weeks left, and definitely enjoy that. This is Matt Tour. I'm a annuity sales specialist here at IMES. Been here for a number of years. So seen a lot of changes over the years with different products finally starting to see some rate increases. It's been more than a decade since we've seen rates where they're at now, based on rate guarantees and cap rates and participation rates. Everything's been going up, which is great news, and hopefully we'll see that continue here through the next couple months based on what's happening in the rate market. I know at IMES we have a number of different opportunities for you to make some additional money based on production in the first 180 days of being contracted. We have our different new producer levels, anywhere from $100,000 up to $1 million. We'll get you different programs and opportunities there with some different seminar systems, radio shows, mailing programs, iPads, cash. We have a lot of different opportunities for you to earn some additional incentives based on your production the first 180 days, so definitely keep that in mind. We also have our referral program. You refer agents to IMES. You earn money based on the referral and the production that they write. We also have our marketing reimbursement, where we reimburse monies based on your production. We kick $100 for every $100,000 of an index annuity premium into an account. And then when you do submit receipts based on your advertising costs, we reimburse half the cost. So up to your total you have in your account. So a great way to have IMES participate in your marketing expenses. I've got a great back office support team here, great new business team, great creative team that can help you out with advertising. We've got a great marketing staff here on both life and annuities. We can help you out on both sides. We also have a Medicare specialist. If you have interest in pursuing the Medicare side, I'm sure Anna would be more than happy to help you out with that side of it. We continue to use Firelight for e-apps. We do have a large number of carriers that utilize Firelight, including Equitrust, and it's a great way for you to speed up the process on writing your business. So it's a great way to get business through cleaner, more time efficient. Really a great opportunity for you to speed up the whole suitability process and everything else going on. The e-apps definitely make a huge difference on getting that business through in a more timely fashion. So definitely keep that in mind on the e-app side. We have, as I mentioned, a great creative team. Can help you out with your advertising. Maybe you want to redo some business logos or send out a marketing campaign via email. It can also help you out with digital marketing. Maybe you want to use some of the social media sites to do some advertising. They can definitely help you out with that. So keep that in mind based on what we do offer here through the creative team. We've got a great staff on that side. I know we keep them very busy with what they have going on that end. We also have a nice website you can utilize. A lot of good information there. We keep our latest rates, our annuity grids on there. You can do quotes on life insurance, annuities, income riders. A lot of good stuff you can utilize right on our website there. So definitely do take advantage of that. We have a great software program called the Retirement Analyzer. I know we see a lot of agents utilizing this comprehensive software program you can use with clients. Great to figure out where they stand today for retirement, where they're looking at being, 5 years, 10 years, 15 years down the road. Great way to chance to really get a good picture of where they stand right now, where they need to be down the road for retirement, and being able to keep up their lifestyle and be able to maximize their future there. So do keep in mind we have that retirement analyzer software available to agents, and then we do have that Marcus Solar is our specialist with that software program, so definitely give Marcus a call on that end. I'm going to launch a quick poll here. If you have interest in looking more into our wealth management side of the company, we've got a great group over there that handles that end of it. Great platform of investments they have available to you, and we do see a lot of our higher end agents are securities licensed now. They've gotten that license in the last couple, 3 years. Good way to be able to help your clients on both sides, insurance and securities. And we do see a big increase in the number of people that are getting licensed on the Series 65 side and be able to get some assets under management and get some nice flow of monies coming in on a monthly basis. A great way to help your clientele out and get that going. So if you do have interest in that, mark off yes. I'll leave this poll open for about another 20 seconds or so. I know that Charles Hiring Jr., Mike, and Duncan do a good job on that side of the business. And if you have interest in pursuing that, mark off yes. I'll have Duncan give you a call and be able to move forward with that. Go ahead and close that up here. We also do our 2-day trainings. I know we just had one here about 2 weeks ago. It's a 2.5-day meeting we hold typically in Omaha or Des Moines, bringing agents from all over the country, and it's a good way to pick up some great sales ideas. We bring in our sales coach, Dave Pemper. We bring in some of our higher end producers. They'll go over some ideas with you and what they do in the field. And really, it's worth your time. I know we see a lot of agents that return back to their areas after being at the meeting. We definitely see a nice jump in their production. That's something you have some interest in looking at here. We'll probably do some more here in the fall, sometime in September, October. I've been glad to get you going on that. Mark off yes. I'm glad to get you signed up, keep you up to date on when the next one will be, and hopefully we can get you involved in one of our meetings coming up in the September or October, and be able to bring you in and really give you a good overview of what IMS has to offer, and then what some of these companies offer regarding some of their programs available there in the in your area. So if something you have some interest in, mark off yes. I'd be glad to get some additional information on that, get things going on that side. I'll leave this poll open for another 10-15 seconds, but it's a good way for you to sharpen your tools and be able to maximize your time in the field and really get a nice closing techniques and some other sales ideas that will be covered at these meetings on both life insurance and annuities. Great way to maximize your time and effort there. Gonna get that closed up. Our Greenbrier trip, it's our latest incentive trip, is coming up in October, and we did change the qualification to 4 million points. Qualification actually ends up here the end of this month, end of June. It was an 18-month qualification, and should be a really nice event and beautiful location there in the Greenbrier up in West Virginia. In October, I'm sure it's a beautiful time of year with the trees changing and everything else going on there, out there in the East Coast. Should be a great time had by all. I think we'll end up with about 60 qualifiers, so it should be a really good meeting we're going to hold out at the Greenbrier, and we look forward to having as many of you attend as possible. Our next trip will be announced here shortly. Qualification will start July the 1st. There'll be another 18-month qualification, so it'll run through the end of 2023, and the trip itself probably be sometime in March or April of 2024. So keep that in mind based on the next trip we'll be going over here shortly. The next couple months we'll announce the next location, so keep your eyes open for that. We also have presence on LinkedIn and Facebook. If you participate in those social media sites, be glad to get you updates via that, get everything going on that end, and keep you up to speed on what's happening in the market. We do some different social media updates, send out some special offerings to individuals that are on both those sites, and a good way to keep up to date with what's going on in the market here. This day and age is consistent changes. You've seen the last number of months, a lot of rate changes, a lot of companies coming out with new products, a lot going on. So definitely keep that in mind. At this point, I want to do welcome on Jason Goodrich. He's our Regional Vice President of Sales from Equitrust. We're glad to have Jason on this morning. I know Jason's very excited with the new programs rate-wise being offered with Equitrust. Seen a significant rate increase. Some really good opportunities out there right now with Equitrust and what they're offering on their indexed rates, cap rates, fixed rates. A lot of good stuff going on. Jason, you want to me to switch the presenter over to you at this point?
Yeah, please, Matt.
Yep. All right, you are up and running on the system here, so you are good to go.
Great. Thank you, Matt. Good morning, everybody.
You're welcome.
As Matt said, my name is Jason Goodrich, and I'm the Regional Vice President with Equitrust Life Insurance Company. As Matt said, there's a lot of exciting things going on in the industry right now with rate increases and things like that. And Equitrust had a couple big announcements next week. So really the focus of my presentation this morning is going to be on that. And what you'll see is Equitrust is competitive pretty much in every area and very competitive, whether it be premium bonus, fixed index annuities, accumulation focused fixed index annuities, SPIAs, MIGAs, income. We're competitive everywhere at or near the top of the industry. So I do want to spend a little bit of time talking about that. In addition, I'm going to share an idea on a MIGA alternative. So kind of an alternative to selling a MIGA product that's that we're getting a lot of traction with. It's basically what it does is it's going to give the client more liquidity than a MIGA, but a similar rate. And you as the producer is going to pay you a lot better compensation for your work. So we'll do that. Then we'll close with a little idea that I put together a few years ago on a Roth conversion, kind of a way to address the tax concerns that a client has, during that transaction of converting to a Roth IRA. So a lot to cover, so I'll move through pretty quickly, but obviously Matt will share some phone numbers and stuff here at the end, and we'll have hopefully a little bit of time for questions. So with that, let's go ahead and get started here. Okay, before I get into the products and stuff, I do want to point out kind of an advantage that Equitrust we have, and that is we do allow inherited and stretch IRAs. As you may know, most carriers, once the Secure Act happened in 2020, so post 2020, did not accept inherited IRA business. And Equitrust did not for a while either, but as of last fall, we are accepting inherited IRA business, and we're getting quite a bit of it. So we do accept it for new sales into all of our products except for our Market Power Bonus, which is our 14-year product, and our Confidence Income, which is our SPIA. So basically, we accept it in all of our 10-year products or less. Okay, you can even do like an income rider on it if you want. Okay. So what are the advantages? Just kind of a recap of the inherited IRAs. Obviously, the big advantage is to avoid that lump sum taxation, right? So a way to, even though you do have to take it within 10 years of death, now at least you can defer it and kind of spread that taxation out over that 10-year and continue the tax deferred growth. Another thing that people don't think about with inherited IRAs sometimes is that distributions are not subject to the pre-59.5 tax. So if the beneficiary, let's say, is 40 years old, they could stretch that IRA and still take out distributions, but they wouldn't have to pay the 10% excise tax on it because the proceeds come out as death proceeds. And as I mentioned, we have a lifetime income rider available that you can add to that. And of course, the agent opportunity really is just to build that relationship with the beneficiary if you already have it. So we do have a couple of nice tools for that to help you with that. One of them is just a kind of an educational piece, the Inherited Stretch IRA rules. This is a great piece, not only for yourself, but for your client. Kind of talks about the rules since 2020, what's changed, what's an eligible beneficiary, what's an ineligible beneficiary. So a really nice educational piece. Then the other one is a point of sale piece. So it goes through kind of a case scenario, so you can show your client the advantage to deferring the taxes on that instead of taking the death claim proceeds. So that is an area where we're seeing a lot of business. As I mentioned, you can do with any of our products that are 10 years or less in duration. Okay, as Matt said, as I said at the beginning, we had two big announcements last week that we're going to talk a little bit about. First off is a rate increase, and that rate increase affected everything. And it was pretty substantial, and I'll show you here in a little bit. I was telling somebody the other day, I've been at Equitrust 18 years, and, we've always been competitive in certain areas. But this is probably the first time that we've actually been at or near the top of the industry in everything. Like I said, whether it's index annuity, traditional annuity, MIGA, SPIA, premium bonuses, what have you, we're very competitive in every area. Then the other announcement we made, I'll talk about too, is we're doing a income rider roll-up special that's going to run until the end of August, and that's just on two products. We'll talk about these products in a second, but the Market Power bonus and Market 10 bonus are our two bonus products, and we have increased the roll-up to 9% on both of these products for the income rider, and that is annually compounded, and it's guaranteed for 10 years. So put us really back in the game on the income side as well too. Okay, let's get into the index annuities a little bit. There's really kind of three niches we have within these 6 index annuity products. 3 main areas that we really fit well. Number one is premium bonuses. With Equitrust, all of our premium bonuses are upfront, so there's no vesting schedule. Right? So if you put $100,000 in on the Market Power bonus, the client will have $110,000 immediately. And that's part of their account value. That's part of their death benefit. We're not going to do a recapture on it. Okay, so we have the Market Power, which has a 10% bonus. We have the Market 10, which has a 6% bonus, but this pays a 6% bonus for 5 years. Okay, so it's a great flexible premium option. I'll talk more about that in a second too. And then we have our Market Force bonus, which is an 8% bonus. So that's kind of one area, niche area. The other one is straight accumulation. We have 3 products that have no bonus, and we really put everything into the caps and rates, which we'll talk about. We have 2 10-year options, and we have a 7-year option. And the third area is really the return of premium product. The Market 10 bonus, which also is our 6% bonus product, has a built-in guarantee at return of premium at any time. And we'll get a little more into these in just a second here. Before we do, though, I want to talk a little bit about premium bonuses. I hear a lot of people sometimes say that premium bonus is not the answer for a client because a non-bonus product has higher caps and higher rates. And in a lot of situations, that's the case. But there are also a lot of situations, I think especially now, where a premium bonus makes a lot of sense. And let me show you why. We look at this comparison. So this is a bonus versus non-bonus product. So what we have here is a 6% premium bonus product, or excuse me, a 10% premium bonus product with a 6% cap. That is a product that Equitrust has. And we'll look at a non-bonus product with an 8% cap, which is also a product we have. And we're looking at the best 10-year period over the last 20 years, right? So this is the best performance of the S&P during the last 20 years. What you can see is the premium bonus product obviously starts out, on top because of the bonus. And it takes quite a while before that non-bonus catches up. Keep in mind, this is in the best 10-year period. It takes 8 years before the non-bonus product passes the bonus product. So if that client's going to take money anywhere in here, right, anywhere in those first 8 years, it may make sense for them to be in a premium bonus product. On the other side of that, let's look at the worst 10-year period during the last 20 years. Same scenario, 10% bonus, 6% cap, no bonus, 8% cap. Look at the difference here now in the worst case. It takes 12 years for that non-bonus to catch up in the worst case scenario. Right, so somewhere between 8 and 12 years is typically what it's going to take for a non-bonus product to catch up to a bonus product. So depending on the client's needs, on if they need early accumulation or what they need, it may very well make sense to use a premium bonus. So just kind of to summarize that, when does a bonus make sense? Well, like I said, if the client has a short time horizon before accessing penalty-free funds, maybe they're just using the product as a wealth transfer, right? They're uninsurable or don't want to buy life insurance. They can use a bonus that's part of their death benefit immediately. Annuitization, I have a lot of folks who do laddering strategies. If you're going to do an annuitization, let's say after 5 years, well, in almost every situation, the bonus product's going to have a higher account value in 5 years than the non-bonus product. So why not use a bonus product if you're doing laddering in that way? And then, of course, the income rider, premium bonus is always going to help you, obviously, with the income rider and the benefit-based growth. I have a group I work with that does a lot of 10% free withdrawals in the early years as a bridge to Social Security. So if you're going to take out free withdrawals with Equitrust, it's based on the accumulation value. Well, with a bonus product, your accumulation value is going to be higher in the earlier years, right? So your free withdrawal is going to be higher in the earlier years. So that can make sense. This is something we're seeing a lot of right now, recover from an underperforming product, right? Somebody that's maybe in the market or in a variable annuity and has lost significant money. You can offer them a 10% premium bonus to make up for a good amount of that loss, right, up front, immediately, but also being a product with a lot of accumulation growth, right, with good rates and good caps. Low index performance, it doesn't matter how high your caps are or how high your participation rates are if the index doesn't perform. A lot of folks, that I've seen think that maybe this year the market's going to be flat, right, or go down. Well, if there's no performance, it'd be nice to have offered them a premium bonus this year, right, to help supplement their income. And lastly, a low interest rate environment. Typically, the lower the interest rate environment, the closer the spread between the caps on a bonus and non-bonus product are. So a bonus can make a lot of sense then too. So just something to think about. There's a lot of options, I think, for premium bonus products, especially now because the rates and caps are so much higher on premium bonus products than they were previously. So let's look at that. Like I said, we have two primary products that offer premium bonuses. They're both immediate and upfront. Market Power bonus with a 10% bonus, then the Market 10 with a 6% bonus. Now with this one, as I mentioned, that 6% bonus is for any premium in the first 5 years. So if they had money in year 5, they're going to get a 6% bonus on that money, and that money's only going to have a 5-year surrender schedule left on it, right? In addition to that, you can open this for just $5,000 of qualified money. So if somebody's trying to start an IRA, this is a great option for them. And last but not least, it has a return of premium guarantee on it. Okay, so those are the two main bonus products. The Market Power is either a 14 or a 10-year contract, depending on your state, and the Market 10 is a 10-year contract. Let's just take a look at the rates real quick. And I'm not going to go through all these, but just to show you how competitive these are, even with a premium bonus. So here's our 10% bonus product. You can see it has a 3% fixed account, has a 6% point-to-point cap on the S&P 500. Just coming down here, it has a 130% participation rate on the Mark 5 and 150 on the 2-year Barclay. So really competitive caps and really great growth potential in addition to the bonus. The Market 10 is even a little bit higher, 3.2 on the fixed account on the 10-year product. Still has a 6% point-to-point cap and 140 on the Mark 5. Right, so great upfront bonuses, great accumulation growth, and a lot of great strategies. Okay, last thing I want to mention about these two products is I did say at the beginning about an income rider special that we are running, and these are the two products we're running it on. Now, this is effective until the end of August, right? So any apps received until the end of August with the income rider on these two products will get a 9% roll up for up to 10 years. Okay, that is annually compounded. And as we've already talked about, they get the premium bonus on top of that. Okay, so that runs until the end of August. It's going to put us very competitive on the income side. A few advantages I want to mention about the income rider too. First off, the rider fee. Our rider fee is based on the accumulation value, not the benefit base, right? So even though our fee on the Market Power, for example, is 1.25%, that's on the accumulation value. So if you look at the net fee compared to other fees that are on the benefit base, we're going to be very comparable. Another good advantage we have is our doubler, our chronic illness doubler. It's approved in most states. It's approved in a lot of states that other doublers are not approved in, so you'll want to check with IMS, on that. But with ours, once it doubles, it stays doubled for the full 5 years, right? So if somebody's chronically ill and lost of 2 of 6 ADLs, and they need to access this. As long as they have $1 of account value, we will allow them to double that income, and it's for the full 5 years, even if their account value goes to 0. Okay, and that's kind of a unique thing too. And then I mentioned ours is a roll-up, is a compounded roll-up, not a simple roll-up. So it's going to help you obviously in the later years for the income too. And I mentioned at the very beginning, you can even add our income to inherited and stretch IRAs, our rider, and you can illustrate that. Okay, that's our bonus products. Now let's take a quick look at the 2 accumulation products. We have a 10-year contract with 7% commission, and then we have a 7-year contract with 5.5% commission at the younger ages. These are built strictly for accumulation. Okay, so no premium bonus or anything like that. So it's really the rates, and here's what the rates are. So for the market value, which really is has been our top product for the last 2 years, 2.5 years, and it's really just a straight accumulation play. 10-year product, 4% fixed account. You can see we're at 8% on the S&P point-to-point cap. Monthly cap 275. Our Mark 5 is at 175% par. You can get 200 on the 2-year. Really strong rates and really strong caps. And one thing I'll say about Equitrust is we don't, nor have we ever subsidized strategies. So what you see here with all these strategies is they're all fully priced. Because of that, we have really good renewal rate history too, and renewal rate integrity because we don't subsidize. And also we have a lot of competitive options. You know, there are some products where they might have one really good strategy, but the other ones aren't as competitive. That's not the case with us. So at the time of reallocation on the anniversary, it's going to give you a lot of reallocation options. Now the Market 7, it's a 7-year product, and the rates are actually even higher. And that's because of where short-term interest rates are. So we have a 4.15% fixed account on the Market 7, still an 8% cap, you know, 175% on the Mark 5. I will say I have a lot of people that are using the Market 7 as a CD alternative. This is just a 7-year product, and you can put them in the fixed account and get a 4.15%. And then they still have the option to allocate some initially or down the road into an index strategy. Okay, then the third area I want to mention, product grouping, is our buy-up products. So we have 2 products that have normal crediting strategies and also have some strategies where you can pay a fee and get a higher rate. Okay, these are products we rolled out at the end of last year. So we have the Market Max, which is a no bonus 10-year contract, very similar to the Market Value that we talked about. And then we have the Market Force, which is also a 10-year contract, but gives an 8% premium bonus all the way to age 80, right? Pays 7% commission all the way to age 80. So I have a lot of people using this product that are not even using the rate buy-up part, right? They're just using the product for the 8% bonus for an older client, let's say, and the full commission. So it's a really strong product even without the rate buy-up. Here's kind of where we are for rates. So the Market Max is the non-bonus one. You can see it has 3 crediting options where there's no fee, right? So if you allocate to these, there's no fee. It works just like a regular FIA. Fixed account of 4%, the point-to-point of 7.5, and the Mark 5 at 170. Or the client could allocate a portion or all of it to the 1% fee strategy. If they do that, they get a point-to-point cap of 12%, which I think is as high as there is in the industry on the S&P. You know, you get a par rate of 47%, you get a Mark 5 of 210%, right? And that's for the 1% fee. Now that fee is locked in, it will never change for the life of the contract, so they don't have to worry about that. Now coming over to the Market Force, it's the one that has the 8% bonus. So you can see it has the regular crediting options that you don't have to pay a fee for, very competitive with a 6% cap, or you can pay a 1.5% fee and get up to a 9% cap, or up to a 200% par on the Mark 5. Okay, so you can just kind of reallocate however they want. Maybe some years they don't want to pay, they don't want to risk the fee because they're worried about the market, and some years they think the market's going to go way up, so they can reallocate back to a fee strategy. Part of what's important about these products is what is the bang you're getting for your buck, I think. So if you look at the point-to-point, S&P point-to-point cap for the no fee versus the fee, you'll see. So it's 7.5%, which is a very competitive cap on a no fee strategy, but it goes all the way to 12 if you pay that 1% fee, right? So what's that? 4.5% higher for that 1% fee. On the Market Force, it goes from 6% all the way to 9%, right? So you're getting a lot of bang for your buck by paying that fee. Another quick idea is with that fixed account being so high, a client could actually allocate a portion to the fixed account to hedge against the fee. right? So if you put 20% in the fixed account and the market went down, the client would still be level. They wouldn't have lost any money because the 20% at the 4% would have made up for the 1% fee. However, if it would have went up 12%, the client would have got 4% on 20% of their money, but 12% on 80% of their money. So just a little sales idea of a way to allocate to help hedge against the loss of a fee. Okay, one question that comes up with the fee type products is, yeah, it's great to have a 12% cap, but what are the odds that's ever going to hit? Or how often is that ever going to hit? So here's some historical numbers going back to 1980 to show you that not only is it possible, but it's almost likely, right? So if you look back going to 1980, 78% of the time the S&P 500 had a positive return, right? So almost 8 out of 10 years. Now in those years, the average return was just under 17%. Right, so the S&P 500 typically doesn't return 4%, 5%, 6%. It typically returns 20%, 25%, negative 20%. Right, it's usually big numbers one way or the other. And because of that, if you look at a 12% cap, going back to 1980, just under 50% of the time, a 12% cap would have capped out in the S&P 500. So basically half the time. So if a client's in that product for 10 years, it's very possible, based off, actual history, real history, that 5 of those years they would cap out that strategy. So I did want to point that out because I think some people think it doesn't hardly ever happen, but it does happen a lot. Okay, that's the index annuities. I want to show you our multi-year guarantee annuity real quick, our MYGA, because we are very competitive. And if you do any business in there, I think you're going to want to look at us. With our MYGA, we have a 3-year option. We have a 5, 6, 8, and 10-year option. You can see on the 5 through 10-year options, we pay 3% commission all the way to age 80, 2.25 from 81 to 90, so very strong commission. And our rates are right up there near the top of the industry. The area we're seeing a lot of business right now is the 5-year and the 6-year. So our 5-year is 4% for all 5 years. Our 6-year is 4.2%. And as I mentioned, that's a 3% commission. As far as the client liquidity, it's cumulative interest withdrawals. So any earned interest they haven't previously taken, they can take out. Okay, so very competitive MYGA if you run into that business. Now, the traditional fixed annuity is what I mentioned at the beginning I want to talk about as a MYGA alternative. Okay, this is a product that we're getting a lot of traction with. And we've had it for a long time, but the rates are really competitive now. And what it does is it gives the client more liquidity than a typical MYGA, more flexibility, and you as a producer is going to pay you a lot more. So it's called the Choice 4 because there's 4 different options. Okay, but I'm going to focus on one because 95% of the money goes into this option that you can elect on the application. Okay, with this product, it's a traditional annuity. It's a 6-year walk-away product. So at the end of 6 years, it's free and clear. It gives a premium bonus. Just like our other premium bonus products, it's upfront, right? It's a 1.5% bonus. So if they put $100,000 in, they're immediately going to have $101,500. The base rate and the first year rate is 4%, which is very comparable to the top MYGAs in the industry, right? Now it is a traditional annuity, so it can change every year with the minimum being 1%. But I'll show you some numbers in a minute to show you that it does not change very often, and we have a lot of history to show that. So 1.5% bonus, guaranteed during 4% in that first year, 6-year product. And they also get a lot more liquidity than a typical MYGA in that they can take out 10% free withdrawals. Okay, now let me show you a little bit of historical data on it, just to show you the kind of the renewal rate history, because this does renew from year to year. So going back to 2014, when we started issuing Choice 4s, 90% of the time, the renewal rate's been equal to the initial rate. Almost 8% of the time, it's actually increased. Less than 2% of the times, it's went down. So over 98% of the time, the renewal rates either stayed the same or went up, going all the way back to 2014. Right. So I know it is a trust me type product, but we do have a lot of renewal rate history. And this is probably a good time to mention that with this product or Equitrust products, all of our renewal rate history is on our website, right? So you can go out there and put in any issue date on any product, and it will show you what it issued at and what it renewed at every year. Okay, we take a lot of pride in our renewal rates, and I feel like we have a lot of integrity there. Okay, so what does the Choice 4 offer you? A 6-year contract, 4% base rate. You know, very comparable to MIGA, but it gives you a 1.5% premium bonus, which you don't get on a MIGA. So your first year rate is going to be over 5.5%. 10% free withdrawals on the accumulation value after the first year. You can take out interest only withdrawals in the first year. You mentioned renewal rate integrity. End of term, I think this is a big thing. As you know, with MIGAs, you typically have like a 30-day window where you have to take the money, otherwise it resets and the surrender charge comes back on it. That's not a concern of this product. At the end of 6 years, it's just free and clear, and it will not reset. And of course, the commission. So 0 to 80, this pays 5.5% commission. Right, so you're getting 5.5% commission on a 6-year product with a very comparable MIGA rate and more liquidity. 81 to 85, it's still 4.125 street level commission. So I think that's. Did you have something you want to add, Matt?
Yeah, it's really, I mean, a really good contract there. I know I've been pushing the Choice 4 a lot in the last, 30 days based on those higher rates, and it's combination you can't beat. I mean, your average MYG commission right now is about 2.5 on a 5-year or 6-year contract. This pays 5.5. I mean, more than double what's going on. I'm gonna launch a quick poll too, that those individuals would like to get some additional information on what Equitrust offers on their products. I'll be glad to get those emailed out to you here today and tomorrow. Just mark off yes, and we'll go ahead and get that going.
Yeah, but then I'll finish with the Roth conversion idea.
Sure. I'll leave this poll for about another 20 seconds, but yeah, I'm glad to get it out to you. I know that Equitrust has been a very strong company for us the last 20 years, and we've seen a lot of business going their direction. And with these higher rates, I mean, it's really, really strong right now. We're going to see really good business heading that direction, and I'm sure that we'll see some nice activity on that side. I'm gonna go ahead and close this up here. I'll let you continue on your side, Jason.
Yep, thank you.
Yep.
And to close out the presentation, I mentioned at the beginning a Roth IRA conversion idea, which is pretty unique. This is something I'd come up with probably 3 years ago now. And I'll start off by saying this is very just conceptual. So I don't have any material to send anybody on this. We don't have any calculators or illustration software, but I still think, it's something you can take back and apply to your business. And basically the idea is to have the company with the premium bonus pay the taxes for the client on the Roth conversion. So obviously when a client does a Roth conversion, the problem with it is they're due all those taxes, right? So kind of the idea behind this is let the company pay it for you with a premium bonus. So I'll walk through it. I'll try to go kind of slow because it's gonna be a little complicated, but in my example here is we have a $250,000 IRA. Okay, the idea is we'll split that, right? We'll put part of it into the market value index, which is our biggest accumulation product, and part of it into the market power bonus, which is our 10% bonus product. From there, we're going to go and convert the market value to a Roth IRA. Obviously, that's taxable. So next year, I'm assuming a 22% tax rate. So next year, based off that 71,645 and 22% tax rate, they're going to owe $15,762 in taxes. On the other side here, the market power bonus, when we issue it, is going to get the 10% premium bonus, as we talked about. And the current fixed rate's 3%. So at the end of the first year, the guaranteed value of that market power bonus is going to be $202,076. Okay, that's guaranteed. So we'll have them take a 10% free withdrawal from that, which they can do, 1 year and 1 day into the contract, which is going to be $20,208. So what we have is we have taxes due at $15,762. We have a free withdrawal of $2208. Why is this more? Well, that's because the withdrawal is going to be taxable too. So that's a gross withdrawal, right? So we're going to withhold taxes from this withdrawal to cover that. The net amount is going to match what's due for taxes. Okay, so we're using the free withdrawal basically of the premium bonus to pay the taxes on the Roth conversion. Right, so the client will get a check and then they can use that to pay their taxes due. So at the end of the day, after that withdrawal's been taken, so let's say 1 year and 1 day later, here's where your values are going to be. The market value is going to be 78,545. The market power end of year value after the withdrawal is going to be 181,868. So that's a total of $260,000. So that's over $10,000 more than they put into it a year prior that they've earned. However, they've converted over 78,000 of that to Roth money, right? And the client hasn't had to pay anything out of pocket for the taxes. So I know it can be a little complicated, but that's the idea. And as I mentioned, I don't have any material on illustration software or anything. It's conceptual, but it's just something to think about as a way to help a client, pay taxes on the conversion, is to use a premium bonus type product. It is something we're looking at building out further later this year. So hopefully down the road, we'll have some material and stuff and a calculator and things like that on it. So with that, all I have, Matt. I don't know if anybody has any questions or anything you want to add.
Yeah, I just appreciate your time this morning. And on the policies you see coming in now, are you seeing more of a sway back to the bonus annuities that the rates have gone up on the strategies?
Yeah, I'll tell you. I mean, the market value, which is our non-bonus product, has been our top product for the last 2 years plus this year.
Mm-hmm.
And for the last 2 weeks or 3 weeks, the market power has actually exceeded it in sales for the first time in years. So we are definitely shift back to the bonus product because the rates are so high on that. And there's not our market value is 8%, which is near the top of the industry on a cap. But the 6% is not far from that. And because they're close together, we're definitely seeing an increase there. And we're also seeing a big shift to the S&P strategies from the vol control strategies too.
Right. And then, in those 10-10 states where it's a 10-year surrender charge, that's a really nice combination with the bonus and the where the caps are right now.
Yeah, like you said, there's 17 states that are 10 years on that product. You still get the 10% premium bonus. And if you remember my slide on the premium bonus, in the worst 10-year period in the last 20 years, it took 12 years for the non-bonus to catch up. So in those 10 states, it's very possible that a bonus product will always win during that 10-year period. Yeah, for sure.
So a question came up on your inherited contracts on a stretch contract. Does Equitrust require them to take money out on an annual basis, or can they put that off and take more of it out on the back end?
Yeah, we do not require them. If it's a post-Secure Act inherited IRA, so the death was after 2020, we do not require them to take any distributions from it. What we'll do is, once it's been 10 years after death, we will just convert whatever's left with us into non-qualified contract and just 1099 for that. Now, I will say, Matt, good time for me to mention, I will say we're working on kind of a turnkey solution for that, where they will be able to gradually internally pay taxes on the inherited IRA to gradually convert it to non-qualified. So that's something coming in the next month or two, or probably next 2 or 3 months. So that'll be coming from us too. So
sounds great. And then on your fixed contracts on the Certainty Select, those contracts, they're open door, are they not, at the end of the time period?
Well, there's a 30-day window.
30-day window. Okay, 30-day window.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's prior to the end of the period. It's the last 30 days of the period.
Right. And the choice 4 is the one it's open door.
It's open door, and that's why that's another reason a lot of people like it, is once at the end of 6 years, it's free and clear and there's no window or anything.
Right. That sounds good. Anything you want to finish up with this morning, Jason, before we cut the call here?
No, I don't think so. I just appreciate everybody taking the time to join today, and hopefully take a look at us and reach out to you. I mean, as you see, we're very competitive, and if you've not worked with Equitrust, our service is, I think, some of the best, if not the best, in the industry. We're a smaller company. We take a lot of pride in service. We take a lot of pride in retention, right? I mean, our hope is to earn your business for one case and then show you how good we'll treat you with our service, and hopefully keep you around. So
great.
I appreciate Appreciate you too, Matt. Appreciate IAMS, everything you guys do for us.
You're very welcome. Appreciate all the effort you give on a monthly basis there. And yeah, their service is great. I mean, we've run across some companies now that their service has really dropped off, but EquiTrust continues to be very stellar on their service side. So definitely take a look at what they have to offer. Otherwise, everyone have a great summer here. Appreciate your time here this morning. And then if you have anything you need from me, again, this is Matt over at IAMS. Give me a call back at 800-255-5055. Otherwise, Jason, have a great week and have a great July 4th weekend, everyone.
Yeah, thanks, everybody.
Bye now.